Hello YouTube, this is Curious Creature. I'm here to do just a short video on how to do a very simple spa treatment, paraffin treatment for your hands and feet at home. So if you're interested in that and you're also interested in how to do it on a budget, stay tuned. The way that I start this treatment is by using some hand cream. So I'm going to zoom in there on the Helping Hands hand cream, which is one of my favorites from Lush. And then in front of that is a cuticle cream I also put on my cuticles. And then I follow up with that on the C&D solar oil on my nails. And you can do this over your manicure. In fact, it makes your manicure look better. So that's how you start. Next, I insert the wax. And this wax can actually be found at your local Bi-Mart. Any canning supply place can provide you with this. It's very inexpensive. I just use your typical paraffin household wax. It's inexpensive, $3 to $4 for an entire pound of that, and then that will last you through quite a few uses. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to heat that wax up. You know what? I researched different kinds of wax heating devices and burners and things, and it occurred to me, for God's sake, I had one of those little mini crock pots in my cupboard that wasn't getting much use, and so what I found was that it actually served the exact same purpose of a paraffin treatment holder. So ironically, I already had something to heat it up, and that's working just fine. So save yourself some money and look in your cupboard. You may find what you need in there. The next thing you're going to need is the vinyl gloves for your hands. It didn't make any sense to me to heat 6 pounds of wax for a very small amount that you needed for your hands. And so the most practical use of the wax and heating the least amount you need for the treatment is to use vinyl gloves and actually pour the wax into these. So that's the most practical way to use it. The other thing you're going to want is aluminum foil, and then I don't have heated mitts yet, but I just used my heating pad on top of the aluminum foil and the gloves, and so I keep that heated while the wax is setting around my hands. And then for cleanup, you may need your baby oil that takes off wax pretty easily. And then of course I've got kind of a butter knife. So here's how it's done. There's 4 of these wax sticks in the household wax box. And so depending upon how much treatment you're going to be using, you put whatever cube amounts you need into the crock pot to melt. And it takes about, I'd say it takes a good solid half hour to melt in the little mini crock pot. And so just know that it's going to take a little while to heat. So, go do something else, go take your shower, whatever, while you're waiting for that to heat. Now, once it's heated, you're going to want to use a scooper to scoop it into your glove for your manicure, your paraffin hand treatment, and fill 3 of the center fingers full of wax. And what that will allow you to do is it will be enough when you eventually put your hand in there. Having 3 of those fingers full will be enough to cover the rest of your hand. The only thing I would caution you about at this point is the temperature of the wax can be hot. So as you're deciding, whether you're going to put your hand in there or not, be sure that you slosh it around and check the temperature on the outside of your hand to be sure that you don't burn yourself, because it can get hot. You want it to be hot, but you don't want it to be so hot that it burns you. The next thing you do is you pull off about 12 inches of aluminum foil, and as after your hand is already in the glove and it's covered with wax, then cover the glove itself with the aluminum foil, and that retains the heat. Once you've done that, what I've done is I've put the heating pad on top of that so that I retain a lot of the heat still. What I found is that it doesn't continue to heat the wax. It's actually a nice heat on top of the aluminum foil, which covers the glove, which holds the wax. Hope that's clear. So to conclude, in about 10 minutes, you're ready to go. You can just slide the glove and the aluminum foil right off your hand. The wax should come off very easily, and it should give you a very nice, moisturized and looking hand. And the best part of this and how this is done is that because you use so much less wax and it's not taking a long time to heat 6 pounds of wax, which you'll find in a lot of the paraffin treatments, hopefully you'll do this a lot more and find it a lot more enjoyable. Okay, here's the pedicure tip and how to use this for your feet. I use small little garbage bags for my feet, pour the wax into that, slosh it around, be sure it's the right temperature, surround that with your foot, and then put aluminum foil around that, and that's how you get your feet done.